Coming up on After the Whistle, District 6 high school boys and girls basketball enter mid-season play.
Plus, a look at back-and-forth wrestling duel at State College High School.
And Penn State had quite the week with multiple conference wins as tournament play approaches quickly. After the Whistle starts now.
Welcome to After the Whistle. We've sent crews all over District 6 this week to bring you up to speed on all the action. Live from University Park, I'm Janae Overton.
And I'm Andrew Deal. Despite freezing temperatures and snowstorms across the area, high school basketball and wrestling pushed through their mid-season play. We'll have all that and more coming up. We start off our show with breaking news. State College defensive back and wide receiver Ty Salazar announces commitment to the University of Delaware. He also received a preferred walk-on offer from Penn State.
Salazar racked up many achievements during his time with the Little Lions. He was a two-time State College football MVP, first-time All-State wide receiver, and first-team All-Mid-Penn wide receiver and defensive back. His outstanding career finished overall 4,500 all-purpose career yards, 181 tackles, and 14 interceptions. He also broke 4 state and 3 school records for receiving. Last Friday night, the 6-5 Penn Cambria Panthers hosted the reigning champions in the 10-2 Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders. The Marauders off to a hot start. Leona Williams grabs the rebound and takes it all the way for a layup. The Panthers keep the game going, and she does not stop. With an interesting game on the line, Rachel Fish takes the ball down and passes it off to Tegan McConnell, who puts it up for 3. Beginning of the second quarter, Penn Cambria up on Bishop Guilfoyle. The Panthers passing the ball around the arc, keeping the Marauders' hands off of it, and everybody is on their toes. Reagan Ronan fakes the jump and passes over to Ava Salemi, who adds 3 to Penn Cambria's lead. Nearing the end of the game, Morgan Ruggery out to the wing. It's Williams who adds from beyond the arc. The Marauders come out of the close game on top 57-50. Leona Williams had a big night herself, putting up 22 points. Our reporter Nate Johns joins us in the studio for Game of the Week. Nate, these two teams know each other really well, and there's a lot of history between this matchup.
That's right, Janae. Bishop Guilfoyle and Penn Cambria have fostered one of the best rivalries in all of District 6. No matter the sport, these two teams always bring their A game when they face off.
Fans showed up for the annual rivalry between Bishop Guilfoyle and Penn Cambria. Both teams brought their A game. In the second quarter, for the Panthers, the 3-ball was the name of this game as they hit 5 in the first half. The two teams exchanged baskets early in this back-and-forth contest. The Marauders were able to handle the hostile road environment, but the Panthers' lights-out shooting gave them the 25-23 edge heading into the break. The second half was a lot like the first, in that the two teams traded blows like it was a heavyweight bout. The Panthers maintained their stellar shooting from earlier and seemed to be on the verge of a massive upset. But freshman Leona Williams proved to be the difference maker for the reigning PIAA 1A state champions.
It was a pretty big breakout game for me, but I thought we played good.
The Marauders improved to 11-2, and the Panthers fell to 6-6.
The victory gave the Marauders their 9th straight road victory dating back to last season. For After the Whistle, live from the studio, I'm Nate Johns.
What a game that was, truly, for them.
Yes, it was. Thank you, Nate. Right before that game, the Penn Cambria boys team welcomed in Bishop Guilfoyle for a Laurel Highlands clash. Both teams came into the night on a multi-game win streak. Dipping into the action, a familiar face from the football season, and Gavin Harold passing it out for Caden Gibbons to drain a 3, 11-10 BG on top. Later in the quarter, it's Torrin Consiglio with a mid-range shot, but look out, Penn Cambria pushes the pace to get a quick 3 from Brandon Rabish. The Panthers go end-to-end and get the points back. Panthers with possession minutes later lose it to Jake Kissel. The big man then dishes it out to Consiglio, who goes up and around a defender. What a move by the junior, giving his team a 10-point lead. The Marauders swing the ball around the arc, and it's Nick Four who cashes in on the passing game, making it 39-26 BG late in the second quarter. Bishop Guilfoyle held on and claimed their sixth straight victory by a final score of 77-63. BG moves on to 11-3 with a perfect 10-0 record in conference play. Meanwhile, Penn Cambria falls to 6-7, but will get a chance to get back over 500 against Bedford on Friday.
The Central Dauphin East Panthers travel all the way to Altoona to play the Lady Lions Friday night. Lady Lions won the opening tip, but the Panthers stole the ball immediately. Early in the first quarter, Samaya Mamadou passed it to Jasmine Davis, but it is blocked by Brianna Hudson. It's Brianna Hudson again stealing the ball and taking it to the rim for two, plus a foul. Now in the third quarter, Mamadou takes the ball across the floor and Euro steps to the rim. 2 points for the Panthers. What a move there. Still in the third quarter, Zelena Nguyen-Moore goes coast to coast for the Lady Lions and makes the layup. Mamadou adds to her big night, taking it to the rack and adding 2 points and a chance for one more. Altoona will defeat Central Dauphin by a score 60-35. Brianna Hudson had a great night for the Lady Lions, while Samara Mamadou played amazing for the Panthers in the loss. The Lady Lions improved to 14-2 and will travel to play Carlisle, while the Panthers fall to 5-9 and will play State College.
And now we take a look at some high school basketball scores from this past week. For the boys' side, Tyrone took down Bishop McCourt by a score of 79-59, and Bald Eagle area smothered Somerset 75-34 on Friday. In girls' basketball, Greater Johnstown beat Central 68-52 on Friday, and on Monday, Phillipsburg Osceola defeated Bellefonte 53-36.
Now looking ahead to some of the upcoming games this week. For the boys, Huntington travels to Bishop Guilfoyle to take on the Marauders tonight. In girls basketball, Westmont Hilltop hosts the 11-1 Bishop McCourt Crushers tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Coming up, Cumberland Valley and State College put on a classic wrestling match. We'll take a look at the highlights.
Plus, our top 3 plays of the week await. First, here are some scores from around the area.
The 8-7 Cumberland Valley Eagles traveled to State College to challenge the 3-3 Little Lions. State College came out on top last season, ending a losing streak of over a decade against Cumberland Valley. Will they start a winning streak of their own? The State College faithful partake in their charity wing fling. Look at all those chickens! After a State College Penn State commit, Asher Cunningham hits the mat against Rodriguez Teodoro. Cunningham made quick work of Rodriguez Teodoro, showing his strength and flexibility in the process. The Little Lion finished this match in 45 seconds, picking up yet another win and another pin this season. But that wasn't even the fastest pin of the night, as Cumberland Valley's Connor Killian pinned Luke Young in just 34 seconds. It all came down to the final match, as Cumberland Valley and State College were all tied up at 28 apiece. State College's Xavier Zeroth was able to get an escape in the second period to make it 1-0. All eyes were on this match, and it definitely did not disappoint. Andrew Alderman tied it up in the third, getting an escape of his own to make it 1-1. In the end, Zeroth was able to get a takedown late in the match to seal the deal, making his teammates and the crowd go wild. Zeroth's decision gave State College the win over Cumberland Valley 31-28. The Little Lions moved to 4-3 on the season and will face off against Gettysburg tonight, while the Eagles moved to an even 8-8 and will play at home tomorrow night against Mifflin County.
And let's take a look at some more wrestling from around central Pennsylvania. The high-powered Bishop McCourt Crushers crushed the Forest Hills Rangers 71-0. The Hollidaysburg Golden Tigers stayed golden against the Bellwood Antis Blue Devils, pitching a perfect game, winning 78-zip with 7 pins and 6 forfeits.
Central Mountain took down Williamsport 72-5 in a match with 8 forfeits, giving the Wildcats an easy win on the road. In a close one, the Penns Valley Rams take down the Bellefonte Red Raiders 36-33 with 2 pins inside 1 minute to propel them.
A lot happened with Penn State sports over our winter break, so we wanted to take a moment and look back at some of the results. Penn State wrestling still sits atop the national rankings after 2 dominating victories over Michigan State and 4th-ranked Nebraska to open up Big Ten play. Nittany Lions heavyweight wrestler Greg Kirkfleet earned Big Ten Wrestler of the Week honors for his 56-second pin in the match against Michigan State. Against Nebraska, Luke Lilladell scored an upset victory over Caleb Smith as he was one of 8 wrestlers to find success against the Cornhuskers. The squad hits the road to face Rutgers this Friday at 8 p.m.
From Rec Hall to Bryce Jordan Center, men's and women's basketball had a solid week of conference play. The men's team beat Northwestern on January 2nd by a final score of 84-80. On January 20th, the Nittany Lions beat Rutgers 80-72, ending a 4-game losing streak in conference play. Women's basketball traveled to play number 1 UCLA, losing 83-67. The Lady Lions would rebound against undefeated Ohio State, winning by a final of 62-59. First time the Lady Lions have beaten an AP Top 10 opponent since 2012.
Penn State football's college football playoff run fell just short of a national championship game in Atlanta. The Nittany Lions hosted the SMU Mustangs at Beaver Stadium and won convincingly 38-10. Next up, a matchup against Ashton Genty and the Boise State Broncos at the Fiesta Bowl ended with another victory, 31-14. Finally, the run ended in Miami at the Orange Bowl, where Notre Dame took a 27-24 lead after a field goal with just 7 seconds remaining.
One national championship that Penn State did not fall short of was in women's volleyball. Head coach Katie Schumacher-Cawley led the Nittany Lions to their 8th national title in program history, becoming the first female head coach to win one as they took down Louisville in 4 sets.
We're now joined by Bronwyn Leiber to give us our top 3 plays. How are we feeling about these top 3 plays? What stuck out this week?
These plays are incredible. We have basketball, we have wrestling, just things that absolutely stood out and really caught the viewership's attention. To end our show, it's time for the first top 3 plays of 2025. Here are the highlight moments we saw this week. At number 3, it's Penn State commit Asher Cunningham, who gets his opponent into a deadly cradle, working the shoulder weight into the mat when, boom, both shoulders are down, and Cunningham gets the win and ends his match in just 45 seconds with the pin. Then you're going to move on to number 2, where it's Central Dolphin East's Samira Mamadou traveling into the west and Euro-stepping past to the defender, making it to the rim. Let's slow down that beautiful finish. Mamadou with the alley-oop. At number 1, it's our fastest pin of the night as Cumberland Valley's Connor Killinan gets the pin in just 34 seconds, flipped over right on cue to put away this one and get the win. Head over to our Instagram at ATWPSU to vote for your favorite play of the week from After the Whistle. I'm Bronwyn Leiber.
And that's all for this week's edition of After the Whistle. Tune in next week for more coverage of District 6 and Penn State sports. I'm Janae Overton.
And I'm Andrew Deal. For more updates about our show and coverage of the games, follow us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at ATWPSU. We'll see you next week right here on After the Whistle.